Hey, Ross Lynch, how are you? Hi, Ross Lynch fan 001. How are you doing? Yeah, it's been cold here too. Although we're supposed I hate giving you we are supposed to be in the 40s later this week, which is in the 4 degrees Celsius range for you. That's warm for December. I'm not complaining, but I'm cold today. I don't know if it's increased humidity in the air or what. So I don't know. Well, be happy, because it could easily be 25 degrees or 21 degrees with a wind chill of 13. So I don't know. I'm not going to complain with the 35 degrees. I'm going to stay indoors as much as possible and just live with it. I'm going to go ahead and go with today's theme. And if people miss it, that we're supposed to be here for it, I might revisit it. And I added to today's creatures because when I got everything done and said, it ended up being a little bit short. So I'm probably going to do the same thing for tonight. I just want to say that I have been listening to Christmas music since it seemed appropriate to. And I don't know why, but I keep getting choked up when it comes to the part in Little Drummer Boy where it says, he smiled at me. Usman Khalid 19G, leave my live, go look at my profile on my page, and then speak to me. Because calling me ma'am is not going to get it. And as far as me speaking English, I do speak English. They are probably on their TVs or not participating in chat. Because if you're on a TV, it's not going to show up. Hi, Jojo. I am done fighting it. Hi. And if they can't figure it out, they can take a walk. That's just my feel about it. It's listed in my profile. Today's topic is prehistoric creatures. Not really dinosaurs. More crocodilians than dinosaurs. Actually, we look at them as being crocodiles. I can't tell you how to do that. I can't tell you how to speak English. And when it comes to my accent, I don't have an accent. No, they are not dinosaurs. A lot of people, I feel like, Buddy Q4H. My name is Nature Guy X46. I am from, United States. We are going to start with Sarcosuchus. Now this is a monster. It measured 9 to 9.5 meters, or 29.5 to possibly 40 feet long, and it would have weighed around 10 tons. Its bite force, and this is crazy, it had a bite force of around 7 quarter tons up to 8 tons. Do you realize that this is more powerful than a T-Rex? It is larger than any crocodile alive today. This guy would have been double the size of a saltwater crocodile. They would have hunted fish, possibly other crocodiles or crocodiliforms, and even dinosaurs. Yes, they would have swam in the water. It would have lived around and competed with Spinosaurus. It was fully capable of lunging from the water and taking down sauropods. If you don't know what a sauropod is a 4-legged dinosaur, much like Apatosaurus, Brontosaurus, along those lines. It was fully capable of already. Yeah, they did. They grew to the size of a bus, and they weighed as much as an African bull elephant. Just to put that in a little bit different perspective. Within its jaws, there were 132 teeth. Those jaws were part of a head that measured 5 feet or 1.5 meters. Bones meant absolutely nothing to this creature. They would have smashed them. Like modern day crocodiles. Wow. This animal was an ambush predator, meaning that it waited in the water until you got close to it, and then pop, you were taken. Like the Nile crocodile, like Spinosaurus, this guy would have lived in Africa. Now, these animals are what we call a... Oh, I'm sure they did. Is what we called a Follodosaurus. Now, it is not a dinosaur. Just want to be clear on that. These guys, not a direct ancestor to crocodiles, but they were still related to crocodiles. They would have lived 110 million years ago. They were first discovered in 1946, and in 1959, respectively, by a French paleontologist named Albert Félix de Lapparent. Oh, Minty, you have no place else to hang out. I'm not going to argue with you. We're not talking about dinosaurs. Did you not hear me say that? Or do you have too much earwax built up in your ears? I got soft hands. You haven't seen my hands. So what's your point? You're not going to come in here and be rude. That's my job. Carrie, do me a favor. Oh, wait. No, I will do it. I'm not your boy. Not happening. I'm guessing if he had to do my job, he'd probably be throwing up. That's my guess. I'm just guessing. I'm just guessing. The next one up is Kaprosuchus. This guy grew to be 3 meters, or 10 feet to 20 feet long. It had an armored snout and 3 or 4 dagger-shaped fangs that were designed not to hold on to prey, but to slice its prey. These guys were adapted not just for the water, but also for the land. They had a snorkel-like snout, just like a crocodile, so that they could breathe when submerged, and eyes that allowed for stereo vision when on land. These guys did damage when they attack their prey. And Jordan BP 1HD, you sound just like the last little snot that was in here. Like Sarcosuchus, this creature lived in what would become Africa. It had teeth so large that they stuck out even when the mouth was closed, giving Kaprosuchus the nickname Jordan BP 1HD. So by that standards, your great-grandma, who isn't alive today, I'm assuming, was never real. Therefore, you are not real. Because your ancestors aren't alive today, so you must not be alive today. It's the same reasoning. Yeah, you're not. And I'm going to help you out. I'm going to help you out. Because obviously you don't care about science, so goodbye. A nickname for this crocodile would have been the boar croc, because the teeth resembled those of a boar. I said it. We believe that this animal would have spent more time on land than it did in the water. And it no doubt fed on dinosaurs. Now, when I say that it fed on dinosaurs, I'm not saying the size of the dinosaur. And it's believed that with their eyes being the way they were, that this guy ran after prey. It was an active predator. Now this creature, the next one is Deinosuchus. I hope I pronounced it right. This guy reached a length of, So Deinosuchus would have lived in North America. It reached a length of 33 to 49 feet and would have weighed around 5 to 10 tons. It would have fed on dinosaurs, along with other stuff. Its bite force was around 10,000 to 15,000 pounds. Their teeth were discovered in 1858, and originally they were thought to be a marine reptile, much like Mosasaurus. It wasn't until 1904 that William Jacob Holland examined the fossils and decided that they were looking at a crocodile. Or something along those lines, anyway. These guys would have lived between 82 to 73 million years ago. Its main prey would have been sea turtles, fish, and dinosaurs, and they lived on both sides of the western interior seaway, which was a very large inland sea that basically divided North America. And they had teeth the size of bananas. Up until we discovered Sarcosuchus, this was the biggest known crocodile-like creature known to science. And when Sarcosuchus was discovered, this guy was quickly forgotten. Very quickly. And that is what I have for today. We are going to revisit these guys. Maybe I will add to them because I want to make sure that Baragon and D-Man have a chance to hear about it. Tonight's plan is to jump a little bit further into this wonderful world of animals. Yeah, so no live Thursday night. Also, no live Thursday night, no live Friday afternoon. Wait, no, I got that wrong. No live Thursday night, no live Saturday at 1 p.m. I got it right that time. And all of that will be posted in live. I am going caroling Thursday night. Well, in all honesty, Saturday has nothing to do with Christmas. Tonight, we are doing Titanus, Terror Bird, and then Giant Stork. But we're going to add something else to it because I just don't know if it's going to be enough. If it ends up that this was already scheduled, it's just a big oops. We're probably going to do Terra. I think it's Terratorn. Or Terratornus. Which is a huge, basically, vulture slash bird of prey. Oh, excuse me. Yeah. That's the game plan. Yeah, my sister is turning a new age. I don't know what I'm going to be doing. I have an idea of what I want to do tonight. I'm thinking of doing that because tonight is all about birds. So we'll be doing a terror bird species, a giant stork, as well as what I believe is a bird of prey. I believe, think of these guys as vultures. So that is what's coming up tonight. Friday, we are doing snake venom and vipers, elapids, and coral snakes. Yeah, I think so. I think they're scavengers. I need to do a bit more digging, but yeah, they might have fed on other stuff. Saturday, it will be 6 p.m. I am going to be doing Zoom calls. You are not under any obligation. You're not obligated to participate in the Zoom calls. You can just come into live. I'm going to do them the same way that I did the conversation with Abby. So if you remember that, you'll remember how we did that. And then the following week, we're going to be doing, Tuesday will be a Learn to Care, Mindaru Bleeding Heart, and Snowy Albatross. And then Friday will be Christmas Trivia. Saturday, we're doing a roundup, sort of a look at the month, and then we're going to close out 2025 later that night. If things change and I need to cancel anything, I will let you know, but that is the game plan for right now. December 30th, I'm going to be setting goals for next year, talking about what's going to be different, what's going to be new, and what you can expect from next year, if anything. There may not be anything new and different coming, but that's the game plan. I'm trying to think if there's anything you guys really need to know. Maybe not. I don't know. Yeah. So one of my goals for next year is to not get upset. When people come in and say stuff, just get rid of them. I will be setting a schedule for TikTok. I haven't done that yet, and it's been really messing up. My thing is, right now, YouTube isn't paying. TikTok does. I'm not going to change YouTube. YouTube will pretty much stay as is, but I will be adding lives to TikTok. It's probably going to impact on some level YouTube, but we will see. I'm hoping to have that figured out within the next week. That being said, another thing you're going to start seeing more of is the lives will have more than one animal in them, or more than one plant. At least two. And they will either be connected somehow, or at least be from the same time period. Excuse me. Questions, comments, or concerns? If any. Okie dokies. I like to give people a chance, so because if I don't put it out there, then it'll be that one time that somebody does have something and they don't say it. But otherwise, it is open chat time. Anybody have anything great planned for this week? I am, but I'm not. And not that I don't appreciate Christmas, and because believe me, I love Christmas. I don't love, I gotta be careful how I say this, because I tend to say it and people get their feelings hurt. But there's a lot of people at Christmas, and it's always big gatherings. When I went to the church's function last week, I sat in the foyer at church. I ate my dinner in the library where it was quiet. Yeah. When my grandma died, that is my dad's mom, Christmas changed. I'm not gonna lie, it's not been the same since. I mean, they're not strangers. I know the people at church. I just don't like big crowds. Like, even at home, I I eat dinner with the family, with my mom and dad, and then I come back upstairs and I'll be up here for a couple hours, and then I might come downstairs for a drink every now and then. A drink of water or juice or something, and then go back upstairs. It's not. I haven't even seen the dogs in a while. No, I eat with my folks. Now, the only time I don't do that is when dinner is during a live. I may eat while you guys are in live with us or with me, or I'll eat afterwards. It just depends. I suppose. Yeah, I get that, Ross Lynch. Carry me through. You can't tell me that there haven't been times when you've been on the other side of this eating. The only difference is I don't know, Ross Lynch. I have thought about that. Like, if Santa were real today and he came into somebody's house in America in the middle of the night, he'd probably end up hurt. I would hope the world would be a better place. I'm honest about it. I would think Santa at some point would I could see that. Especially if people like we are now sort of lost and not believing in the little things. I think what people feel more is attributed to something else. Yeah, it's my parents' phone. And it's hooked up to voicemail. But honestly, what gets me in the mood most of all is the music. And the snow. I could see that if it's food that maybe you relate to the holiday, like, I don't know, mince meat, mince pie. That could be something that brings you back. I was trying to think of something that I knew was sort of a holiday thing in the UK, and I feel like for some reason mince pie is. I don't know why. My grandma, when she was alive, she would have actual mincemeat pies. Not just mince pies. But the newer mince pies where it's fruit. Oh my gosh, I could eat those all day. Um my One of my great aunts used to make this fruit salad. It was basically grapes, mandarin oranges, bananas, walnuts, and fruit cocktail, I think. Or maybe it was fruit cocktail, bananas, walnuts, and whipped cream. Um, and she would always bring that. So that's like mom's thing. Plus, German style green beans, absolute must in my house, my household, my family. Hi, Dane Tiger. Bye, Dane Tiger. Thanks for coming in. And thank you for the comments. He usually comes in and he's out, but Dane's pretty good about leaving comments on stuff, so My favorite Christmas gift, I think it was a Fisher Price safari set. And it came with a lion, a tiger, and a zebra, and a gorilla. I still have the little Jeep. I think it's in the garage. And I might still have the tiger. No, there wasn't an elephant. That was with there was a circus train that it came with. Now I have mine. I'm relatively easy to shop for. The problem is after I got my job, it became harder to shop for me because if I wanted something, I just bought it. Yeah, we used to have a record slash music store slash video store called Coconuts. I think they were a chain. Man, do I miss them. I I don't know, Ross Lynch. It'd be cool to find out. Okay. Okay, guys, I need to go. I need to get working on video. Um, I will talk to you later. Have a good one. I will see you in the next one.